Welcome to Monday Night TPK.
Hey, welcome back. This is Monday Night TPK. My name is Kyle, and I will be DMing this 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons Real Play podcast. Sitting around me at this physical wooden table are 4 other people who just like to throw dice at each other.
Yeah, I've got a black eye.
Dana,
bad.
how's that black eye treating you?
It's real bad.
Well, Ryan needs to keep his D20s in his hand,
Yes.
not in your face.
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
why are you throwing dice at Dana?
Working on juggling.
Yeah, you're doing a really bad job, buddy.
You get no shit. He hit me
Horrible.
in the face.
Right. Matt,
Yes.
how many dice do you own?
Oh man, I don't know. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 little Dice X cartons up there, plus the 9th one that's in front of me, and that's not even all of them.
So you have 9 different sets of dice that you can see right now.
that I can see. No, actually 10 if you count my DMing dice that are right here, that are in a little baggie.
Nice.
That's a lot of dice.
Yep,
Real nice. Those are some nice dice.
Nice dice.
nice dice.
Sam,
Nice dice.
Yes.
which dice are your favorite?
Ooh, that is tricky. I like my gold medal dice that Matt gave me.
That
And
love me so much that when I DM, they do not hit enemies.
I can't play with them while he's DMing. And I also love my yellow dice with blue numbers that are very Beauty and the Beast Belle themed. That were given to me by my really good friend Maggie.
I miss Maggie.
I miss Maggie
We all
too.
miss Maggie.
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 Should we live in with you guys soon? Then we
Yeah.
can just pester her all the time to come back to D&D.
That's true.
End of
That's,
the month.
that is 100% my plan. 100%. Just don't tell her that. All right. So we have been traveling for a while, and even though we're keeping up a weekly release schedule, we haven't actually played together for 2 weeks because of lots of reasons.
Is it 2 or 3?
Who knows anymore?
I don't even know, but
It was 2. Was it 2?
the last day of the week that we recorded, according to my notes, was April 15th,
That's correct.
and it is now May 6th.
Almost a month.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
It's been a little while. I don't remember what happened last.
Sam.
So luckily, Sam takes amazing notes, and she's willing to read them to us. Sam, what happened last time?
Sure, no problem. This will not make a ton of sense when we start, but as we get into it, it'll jog your memory. So, we start out from last episode. Night is falling and recon is done. Remember how we were performing reconnaissance on that abandoned camp?
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, everything just came back.
I mean, I've been about halfway there now.
Okay. No, this is a great cryptic message. No campfire tonight. Stay with the group.
Oh, shit.
You're welcome. Sharing watches to spread out the dark vision.
Mhm.
First watch, nothing. Second watch, 12, sees a beetle and noms on it. Nom nom.
I forgot that happened.
Third watch, I think I rolled really low because the night is full of terrors, but nothing ventures into camp. Morning comes and camp routines are started. 4 gallons of water taken from the rain catchers. Montwood suggests looting the extra camp. Brielle and Gilly discuss going to the camp. Brielle and Gilly go to the camp, while Montwood, Rixer, and Iku continue packing. Brielle and Gilly find what Montwood was talking about.
Which
Which was what?
was what?
Going back to episode 20.
Probably the disheveled signs of struggle and the backpack.
Struggle, backpack, and the food that's strewn about because 12, I believe, went into the camp first.
Yeah, we used him to scout.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, that. Brielle found some perimeter traps around the abandoned camp. Brielle and Gilly snuck into the camp. Brielle picked up some things in the abandoned camp and headed back to the group's camp. And Gilly went too. I don't know why I didn't say that. But okay. Everyone got in the boats to go to the other campsite because we decided that it would be best for everyone to come and tear down the tents because we need tents, right?
Right, because we forgot to buy some.
Right?
Yeah.
So, everyone went to the abandoned campsite, and everyone, I think, except Gilly, went to go take down the tent, and Gilly searched the canoes.
Yep.
And Gilly found some supplies in the canoes and separated them out into junk and not junk. Rixer made some firewood out of the broken tent. And Rixer found some items under the smashed up tent. One of those items being a clay jar with a sun symbol engraved in the lid, filled with cream. And Rixer put some lotion on his skin. We found...
Right, I
He
did
didn't
that.
get the hose.
We found that it was called Heotum's ointment. Not sure how to say that.
I don't think
but
any of us know how to say it.
that's what I wrote down.
K ointment.
Okay, it's K ointment.
Not K jelly though.
No,
No.
different.
No, it's K ointment.
K ointment.
This is medicinal.
Okay.
Yes. And we found that one dose applied to the skin or swallowed, that person regains 2d8 plus 2 hit points and is cured of poison and disease. And there were 4 applications left. And then we took the extra loot in the extra canoe and continued on our journey.
Cool.
The
So it's
end.
so really it's first, more or less first thing in the morning, pretty early anyway, because you guys would just spend a ton of time.
I mean, it doesn't take very long to break down tents and stuff like
Sneaking
that.
over to camp,
But we snuck over.
investigating
That's
camp,
true.
coming
But
back.
Still would be pretty early though. Not like
I feel like if we're gonna start this, say about 10 a.m. or so, is that pretty reasonable? You guys had only camped about a half a mile, I think, away from the
yeah.
broken
Yeah,
down
that sounds about
campsite.
right.
Yeah.
So adventurers going a half a mile there and back again isn't going to take that long.
Well, we did stealth our way over there though, which is half movement. So
And
even-
we took
Hmm.
time and
we took
We're
time to
careful.
investigate everything. Yeah.
you grabbed some stuff.
It
Brielle
might be
grabbed some
afternoon
stuff.
by now. By the time we
Like
wrap
noon,
up with the
1,
tents.
Okay.
Yeah.
1
Okay.
o'clock, 1-ish,
12:30, 1 o'clock. Yeah.
second lunchtime.
So for some reason, I have the memory of at least the discussion about Rixer finding a dead body under the crushed tent in the sleeping bag, but I don't remember if that was somebody just saying like, "Oh God, I thought that was gonna happen." Or
Yeah.
why I remember that.
What happened was I was trying to think of the word sleeping bag.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said out loud, "You find a sleeping," and then I couldn't think of the word bag, so I paused for a long time. And you guys were expecting me to say body, dwarf, who's sleeping?
Okay, that makes sense.
I think that's more or less how that played out.
Okay.
And then I know on the drive home after that game, we talked about whether or not you would have found a body.
Okay.
All right, so a couple things in terms of since you guys spent maybe about half of your day looking at this campsite and whatever, the end of today you'll just move 1 hex because you're not spending the whole day
The whole
on the
day
river.
moving.
Makes sense.
Um,
Please tell me you kept track of all of the things that we picked up.
I did. It is in my inventory, which I forget. The group inventory, which I forgot to grab the book for, is over there. So
Okay.
I'll wait till we pause or
we have it.
take
though.
a break. I will get up and get it.
Okay.
Also,
perfect.
last time did we start marking on the map where we've been?
I don't think we've done the. No, I did. I did start that.
Okay, was that
Yeah.
after the last session? Or did you keep
Yeah,
track of
I
this, or do we have
think
to catch
on
up?
the map I have us where we camped last.
Okay.
So we haven't moved
Cool.
a hex or anything since then.
I
Right.
think we should write on the back of it every time we update it what the date is. So
That's a
then,
good idea.
So I'm like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
no, we did that last week.
Or
it's fine.
maybe like in a margin on the side of the
Mhm.
of the map or something.
Right, just so we know the last time was
Yeah,
updated.
that's not a bad idea.
so you guys we need to make a navigation check needs to be made. Do you still want Iku to make
She
the navigation?
hasn't led us astray yet.
Yeah,
All right,
do
she
it.
will make the navigation check. All right, cool. Navigation check has been made. So you're on your boats. You guys are on your original two, and then you're towing a third
And that's
with supplies.
We wanted to tie that to one of the other boats.
Yeah, I think that it's
Is that
behind
what we wanted to do?
I think it's tied to the one that Rixer's on.
Do you want us to make a check or anything though?
No,
Or tie-
no,
okay.
you guys can tie knots. That's fine. I mean, if you were being shot by arrows while you're tying
Right.
knots, I'd
That's
have to
why I
make a check,
asked
but
if you wanted it because
not while you're
it's not an
ideal
intense
conditions.
situation.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine. I guess I could be a real dick. Like, oh, it fell apart. It fell
Yeah.
off. Oh,
I mean,
ha, ha,
there are
ha.
some DMs like that, which is why I asked.
So there are now 3 boats gradually heading up the river. Again, the stream is always pretty sluggish, and you don't have a really hard time rowing against the stream, or against the current rather. It is, as always, extremely hot, and it is also noticeably dry. You've been pretty much used to constant maybe mist at least, or a little bit of occasional showers, but you go on for a couple of hours and it's just hot and it's dry and you're just not getting any kind of relief. The river's wide enough so that you get like pretty good sized breaks in the canopy. You more or less try to stay towards the center, but probably also stay in the shade at the same time, so you're kind of skirting that edge between shade and also staying away from the banks, because you know there's things that probably want to eat and kill you.
Just because it's been so long since we played, and I want to I guess get back in character. How long has it been since Keely had the conversation with Rixer about not messing around when things are getting serious?
That was the
3
day
days?
No, that was the day before, wasn't it? Because it
Yeah.
was zombies, and then
Temple.
then the temple, and then this, and I think the temple and stopping at this camp were the same day. So
'Cause we had
maybe
the birds.
maybe a day and a half.
What
to
about
2
the
days?
birds?
Okay, so it's still pretty recent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
Okay.
recent. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta make sure Rixer, doesn't do things he's not supposed to right now. So Rixer's gonna be very alert still and not saying a word, complaining about the heat or anything, and keeping a close eye on the canoe tied behind them.
Okay.
Behind him.
Good deal.
Brielle's she's got her hair way pulled up, and she's got one of those almost at the top of her head
Don't say it.
ponytail things coming up, but her hair's so short that it just kind of is like a poof
It's just a little
that frills out, and then all of the color is just sticking out everywhere and going every different direction and frilling and fraying.
What colors are it?
Her hair would probably be, it lightening up from the that blue that she had in the more that one gets intense, the more gray it gets. So
I'm
it's
sitting right
lightening
here.
up from a blue. It's lightening up from a blue. You might see a little bit of streams of orange in there,
Okay.
but they're not really, because she's still on edge.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and she's still, even though it's been a couple days, she's still not happy about the Sturgis incident. So she's a little frustrated with that.
So the first few hours of your trip go by fine, quietly. But a couple hours in, as the river kind of winds between two kind of large, high cliff face on both sides, like the river has kind of cut between the two hillsides almost. Everyone's passive is going to be passive perception. No one's got a 10 or lower than a 10, right?
I don't think so.
14.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, I have a 13.
On the right hand side of the riverbank, kind of up probably 20 to 30 feet at the top of this kind of hill that the river has been cut through, you see two faces peering down at you, watching.
Sorry, from the canopy?
No. From the taller grass and underbrush.
Okay.
Not yet, not the top of the canopy, but like where you're going through here is like top of like basically a hill on both sides, and the river is cut through the center of it.
Okay, so they're like.
Oh, and there's like tall grass on a hill,
Yeah.
and we see faces peeking out of the
It's kinda
grass.
like, it's like the
Or at
big
the top of the
sheer.
hill.
Well, the very top of the hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very much sheer on
Just
both sides.
sheer.
of
Okay,
rock.
I get it. Yep.
Okay.
Gilly will look up and blink, and then rub her eyes and look again, and then smack Brielle and sign, "We've got company."
She will sign back, "See them already," and she's pretty much eyeing them already.
She
Perception
signs
checks,
good.
I was just gonna say, can I make a perception check? Because I want to know if these are the cannibals we saw earlier.
Gilly signs good. I'm not hallucinating.
Oh, that was shit roll. I need to not roll in there. Did you get a 20 or a 1?
I got a 20.
Nice. That's a crit face. Either crit fail or crit success.
Son of a monkey. What are we
Resting crit
rolling?
face.
Perception.
Perception.
All right.
Oh, she don't know nothing. She rolled a 2 on the die.
So, Maltwood got a 26.
Holy wow.
With a nat 20.
Brielle got a 17.
8.
Holy wow. Gilly sees them, and then when she goes to look, the sun just is reflecting really bad off of Rixer's like axe head next door, the boat next to you, and like you try to get a look at it, but just weird circumstance, and Gilly can't quite make out. Rixer,
It's in my eyes.
similar. I mean, I was looking for a 10 here. You look up there, and then like you think you see him, and then like they've moved a little bit, and you can't. You're still trying to look.
I'm too worried about the canoe behind us.
Yeah, you want to make sure everything's safe in the canoe. You're distracted, but I didn't actually roll a perception check for Iku, but yeah. Iku and Mountwood and Brielle, you see a very, very large, wide face with a very large, broad forehead, tiny, dark eyes, and there's horns up top, and then what look like great big tusks jutting out, like 2 sets of tusks on both sides, jutting out of a large mouth, peering down at you. Well, I'm sorry, you got 17, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what that's what Brielle sees.
Okay.
Ryan, you see basically the same thing,
Okay.
but you realize very quickly that it looks like this face is made out of wood.
Oh.
Oh.
Not that necessarily should disarm you,
Brielle's
but
going for the arrows
That was.
and her bow that she's got sitting on the
Let's
side.
say, that is very good woodwork.
what?
It's the wooden face.
She'll sign what?
What? What?
These are very nice canoes. Yeah, whoever did it.
says it's
did a good
woodwork.
job.
I can't see. As Gilly's like squinting.
It looks like it's a carved wooden face.
Brielle, as you guys are kind of having this conversation, you're looking up at the right-hand bank. Spears from the other side
Oh no.
start to rain down on all of you, and I'm pointing out Brielle because I'm making a tackle against her first.
Okay.
This probably won't actually hit. That is going to be a 13
Negative.
to hit you. Alright.
So I'm gonna say that she hears the whistle and from the spear, and she's gonna grab her shield, which is laying next to her in the boat, and just deflect that off. And then
What? Yeah, let's
make
go.
signs that something's happening.
Roll faster.
There's gonna be one more kind of surprise attack on you guys, and then we're gonna deal with this alternatively. That's gonna be against Mountwood. You're being targeted rather.
Okay.
Oof, that's a 1.
Hmm.
I called them spears. Javelins is probably a more accurate description of what's being thrown at you. A javelin lands and like sinks into the canoe, the wood, kind of like right on your oar. You're in the same canoe as Rixer, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So like Rixer's been rowing, and like there's a oar that just like coming towards you, and it sinks deep into the upper handle of the oar.
Oh,
What do you guys want to do?
Roll fast.
Yeah, I want to fucking roll as fast
She's
as I
got-
can.
Brielle's gonna drop her shield and pick up the bow and see if she can figure out where they're at
Give me a perception.
and make an attack if she can.
I like
Ooh,
the roll fast
No.
thing, faster idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pick up my
That's
turtle
only
and
an
try to stand
8.
facing the.
Brielle can look up on the other bank, and you see some moving grass and brush, basically. You don't see anything. Any
She's
figures.
just gonna make signs. Go, 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 go,
Can
go.
can I make would it be athletics or just strength, regular strength to essentially like push myself to row faster?
Give me athletics.
Okay. And I feel like we had talked about it at one point, but we never like tied our canoes together or anything like that, correct?
Not the
No.
two canoes
Right.
were in separately.
Okay,
We just
just
tied the
the
one
extra
to
one behind.
one
Okay.
one of the other ones.
Okay. So yeah, Rixer's gonna row as fast as he can. Oh jeez, that's a total of 10. So
Rixer feels like he's pushing himself real
yeah.
hard, but going about the same speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
That's that canoe. That extra canoe is weighing me down.
how many oars do we have per canoe?
I would say there's a total of 4, but
Goodness,
maybe you
excuse
guys
me.
only are using like 2 for the most part.
Okay.
At least Rixer's only using 2, and
Well, if Brielle drew her bow, Gilly's gonna pick up 2 oars and
Okay.
try to row. 18.
Gilly's able to kind of keep the pace that you had been pretty steadily.
Okay.
If not a little bit faster than the more casual pace you guys had been going before.
Okay.
Montwan, what do you want to do?
Like I said, I was gonna hoist up my turtle shell shield and
Uh-huh.
try to stand between the bank and Frixer, so he's not taken out.
Which side? The
The
arrows?
side that the spears
javelin?
originally came from.
Okay. You kind of put your shield up there and you're holding it, and you kind of see the same, like you didn't do a perception check, so you definitely don't see anything up there that you're defending against. But you guys are able to keep going, and no more javelins come.
Okay.
Do you want to look back at the other bank and see if those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I want to just take a
Oh no! I fell out the boat.
perceive. Oh man, that was horrible.
That was a 20 on my part, though.
That rolled really weird. I only got a 2 on the die.
Excuse me.
They rolled really
Yeah, it's
weird.
going around.
Ryan, Montwood can look up to the other bank where you saw the figures before with the mask. You see some movement in the foliage, but figures are gone.
How like looking ahead, how much further do we have to go where there's like the sheer sides like banks of the river and can essentially be easily ambushed from above?
I mean, realistically, in the time it takes for you guys to sort of huddle down in defense and get ready after you've been attacked, you're basically passing the zone where it
Okay.
would be easily done.
Okay, so it's kind of like leveling back out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it was a very, very sharp. I mean, I guess I didn't do it because I was describing the landform, but it was a very sharp, just
Okay.
up and down kind of deal.
Okay. Cool. That answers
And
my concerns.
I mean, what feels like almost as fast as it all happened, it's over with.
Brielle's gonna stay on edge though. She's gonna have that bow and she's gonna be constantly watching around until she's sure it's safe.
so we have a javelin attached to an oar, correct?
Anybody want a javelin?
The other javelin that missed Brielle also landed it didn't puncture a hole in the canoe,
Okay.
but it like lodged itself in the wood. Like,
Okay.
You have 2 javelins.
Okay. Is there a way I can look at the head of the javelin to identify if there's anything like, is there a poison tip to it? Is there?
Sure, you can pull out the one, and it pulls free. It looks like the tip is probably about 3 or 4 inches long and made of a very sharpened bone.
But just the tip.
Just the
Sure.
And then the bone has been tied to a wooden shaft.
There it is.
Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So what do you want to do with this thing?
Um.
Do you want to lick the tip?
Absolutely not. Never, ever.
That's too bad.
Uh,
Can't stop.
Because I'm trying to think back when we.
She usually doesn't have a problem with that.
Okay.
I'm trying to think back to when we encountered the cannibals.
Sure.
and Iku let us know that they would use poison. So maybe I'll ask Iku how we could identify if this tip has been poisoned by.
She would tell you that one of the poisons that are used by a lot of the different tribes in the jungle here are very simple poisons, and smelling them would usually be a good indicator.
Okay. And then I'll just bluntly ask, like, are those cannibals too? The people with the masks? You saw the masks, right?
She's gonna shake her head no and tell you that those are Batiri goblins.
Batiri goblins.
Oh, goblins.
Little
Okay.
goblins.
They don't eat people?
Oh, they definitely eat people.
Oh.
They're goblins.
Oh, but they're goblins. Okay.
They eat whatever they can get their hand. I can't find the Iku voice. They eat whatever they can get their hands on. It's been 2 weeks. I can't
Sweetie.
get her voice.
Yeah, a little white on you. There you go.
I wasn't gonna make that joke.
I'm being good.
Good job, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan, for taking the high road.
Iku will. I mean, if you let her, she will take the javelin from you and she'll sniff.
Ah, here.
And she'll tell you that she does not think that these are poisoned. Or at least this one's not poisoned.
Okay. Hey guys, we got javelins. Yay!
Cool.
Functionally speaking, I mean they're very primitive seeming, made out of bone and wood, but they are 2 javelins. They're both still sturdy.
Remind me to add that to the inventory when I get my inventory sheet.
Ryan, you seem concerned.
I
Unless
just
somebody
remember
wants
what
them
a Batiri
specifically.
goblin mini looks like. I know what they do now.
Is that something that was in the book? Or
Bolos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brielle will skim through it like quickly. There's nothing about that in there.
Okay. So, refresh Dana's memory. At a normal pace, we can move 2 hexes on the river, right?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
There it goes.
This was the mask you guys saw.
Oh.
So
I don't
narrow
know.
Did you
eyes.
make it bigger at all?
I cannot. Just
Okay.
the way I had to.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
The tusks are horns, and then there's more here. Maybe those are ears. Whatever.
Yeah, I think those are goblin ears. And then there's the tusks in the front that look like a boar. And then horns on the top.
Yeah. very
Yeah.
cool.
Looks like a boar with horns.
Yeah. Maybe those are supposed to be boar ears. It's just very stylized and.
No, I think that's the goblin's ears.
Yeah, these are right here. I think.
Oh, yeah, those are the
And then
goblin's ears.
there's
Oh,
I think
horns
these
on
are
top.
those are
stylized boar
stylized as boar ears. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't super matter, I guess.
Really cool looking though.
Neato.
Alright, so refresh Dana's memory. Going at a normal pace, we can move 2 hexes on the river. If we were on land, would it just be 1?
Yes.
Okay, so we're already going faster than what they would be able to if they were gonna like follow us essentially. But do we want to try to push ourselves more to get further away from them for like whenever we rest at night?
That's a good
Fair
point.
So you guys would want to effectively fast travel for the rest of the day. That won't change how many hexes you travel, but if you want to.
Oh, well then what's the point? Okay, I thought that it was. so-
Well, it's not
At the
going to move
be-
us hexes, but I think he means that we'll still get a distance on them, right?
Okay.
You get a further
Yeah,
distance
that's what I
away
mean.
from.
Yeah.
Okay,
We just,
sure.
the way the game works, we can't move more hexes, but
But
we're
there's
still
still
gaining that
distance.
distance
Right.
from them.
If you want to do the extra hexes, you have to declare that at the beginning of a day's travel.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps
So, like-
we just make it
So like
further in the
tomorrow,
hex.
so
Right.
tomorrow we would say that we want to move fast so that we can get a good distance from them,
Right.
but we're also going to take a lot of disadvantages for that whole day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Negative 5 penalty to passive perception scores,
No.
Mm-hmm.
and there's another one. I have to look it up.
That puts me at 11 passive.
Yeah, that puts me under 10 for a
Yeah.
passive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because that would basically look like all of you like pushing yourselves really hard rowing like the
Yeah.
whole time.
Two of
Okay.
us would be rowing,
Yeah.
essentially.
Well, I think it's something that Rickster would still kind of suggest. Like, hey, so we should try to go as fast as we can so that they're not gonna follow us. Like, Or I think we're already going faster, but they might catch up at night while we're camping.
Brielle will shake her head, yes, and make signs that, yes.
Brielle and I think that's a good plan.
Okay, sounds good. And Richter starts going faster.
Brielle will take the oars from Gilly and help.
Phew.
Iku row.
Iku helps row. She has no problem with that.
Richter has like a little smile on his face. He's like sitting up all straight. Like, I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, you guys can definitely put the pedal to the metal, or rather the oar to the water. The wood to the water. And
The orc
more.
More to the floor. There you go.
And the rest of the day goes on really pretty quiet. Nothing too exciting. Ryan?
I guess when it kind of settles down and the excitement has passed out, just thought to pass the time, start going through that satchel I got of wizard supplies.
Sure.
Don't know if you done anything with that or it was just basic reagents.
It's just basic,
Okay.
wizard. I mean, there's a little mini pouch full of bat guano. There's some burnt twigs, some different mushrooms and balls of string, half of a candle.
Should be writing these all down because it might be handy in the future.
That's true. That is
These
very
are
true.
spell components I can think of off the top of my head.
You need a pencil?
I do.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna. Don't write this down.
No,
Write it down.
no. I have an entire page.
He's
just
not
for
going to
random junk.
remember in 10 minutes what he just said.
Right, but it's written down. So if for some reason, like, hey, we could probably use bat guano to like patch this little crack. We've got it.
Holy crap!
Use
No,
background
back
to
crap.
set
Back crap.
fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a flaming bag of poo again. Don't stop it out with your boot, Earl. Don't tell me what to do, devil woman.
One ball of string. That could be used to distract something that's very easily distractible, like a goblin.
One ball, fetch. There's no ball.
That's a great way to use minor illusion.
So Ryan, do you want everything else in that pouch?
Fine, it's fine. I just
There's also a carnation root, a black widow liver,
Oh.
oak bark, a weasel claw, sunflower seeds and sunflower petals,
yummy.
molted scorpion skin, elm root, a chunk of turtle shell, and the dried shriveled liver of a mule.
Oh.
Turkey.
Nice.
Teriyaki flavored.
And the beetle thing, or
I'm sorry, you mean to reread this?
no, I'm good. I took the ones that are interesting.
Because there's a generator for everything. There's a
Yeah.
random magical spell component generator.
Awesome.
Wow.
Sunflower seeds, though, yummy.
Yeah, just a pinch.
And mushrooms, yummy.
You're like halfway to like a stew or something.
Yeah, no joke.
Trail mix.
Trail mix. So yeah, the rest of the day goes by quietly, and you get some extra distance behind you,
Excuse me.
and it starts getting towards nighttime. I'm assuming you're gonna at some point look for a campsite.
Yeah.
That's-
Cool.
So, sorry, the ones with the mask we know were goblins. The ones throwing the javelins, were they also goblins, or we don't know?
I didn't get a shot of them,
Okay. So,
and it happened so fast that I was trying to look.
right.
I didn't even get a shot off.
So which side do we want to potentially deal with?
Scouts.
Hmm.
I would rather deal with scouts than
That one.
actual armed
Right. So that was on
Goblins.
the right side?
right
Mhm.
side.
So you're gonna make a point of making camp on the right bank tonight,
I think so.
Ryan? Did you just wake up, or are you confused?
No, I had a thought.
Okay.
Is Did we pick up enough extra supplies to maybe make a dummy camp?
No.
Okay.
No,
Not unless
'cause
we wanted to waste our tents.
That's
Yeah, we took 2 tents. We made scraps out of the broken down tent
Mhm.
Yep.
for patches and whatnot. I
And
don't think we took
firewood.
any extra bed rolls or anything.
Mm-mm. No, we just took the tents.
Good thought though. If we
Yeah.
had more
That was-
supplies,
Yeah.
Idea.
We had
more
the extra
time.
supplies. That would have been a great idea.
So you guys, with the help of EQ, I'm sure can find decent enough.
On
Sorry.
that note, sorry.
What's up?
On that note, though, do we want to stop a little bit early and shore up the extra canoe? Like move the supplies into ours, shore up the extra canoe, and then go down further and camp? And like we can always go back and get that canoe, like just like walk along the bank. Because like then maybe like like visually, especially from the other side, it'll look like that's where we had stopped. But if that doesn't seem like it'll
But
do enough, then
there's also the fact that if we do that and somebody comes across it, they ruin it or steal it altogether.
right.
might take it. And if they investigate further and don't find anything, they're just going to keep looking anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
They're gonna find us. If they want to find us,
They're gonna.
they're
find
gonna
us.
find us.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's idea.
Good ideas,
Yeah.
but
I think with these circumstances that we're in right now,
yeah,
we're
I don't
just
wanna
gonna have
lose
to. We're
stuff.
just gonna have to camp and
Hope for the best.
hope for the best. Yeah.
Cool. You guys can definitely make camp. You find it, relatively flat spot. Your camp is set up.
Okay.
How do you want to spend your evening?
Gilly will sign to Brielle. Should we teach Rixer more sign?
She will say that that's probably a good idea, but she wants to practice a few things that she's been working on, because things are starting to get intense and she needs to fine-tune her skills. And she says, yeah, also suggests that you should probably do that as well,
Brian, do you still have my
Okay.
pencil? It's fine. It's just
because this place is getting dangerous the further we go, and if we start slacking, it could get us killed.
So do you want to train together tonight, or what?
She says, I've got a couple things that I'm working on that I need to do on my own.
Okie dokie. Gilly just plops down with a book by the fire.
And Brielle's gonna walk off. She's gonna take... Oh man, she's just gonna go over to a tree, and she's gonna take her knife and she's gonna mark like a target into it, and she's gonna start taking shots at it, but she's going to be also at the same time trying to mess with spells that she's been working on. Where is she? So she's going to pull out arrows, and then she's going to run the arrow on the ground, and you will, if anybody's watching her, you'll see like vines will wrap up into it, and then she'll take a shot at the tree, and then they'll hit it and explode. And then sometimes they'll start to wrap around it, and every time they explode, you see a frustrated look on her face, and her hair starts to darken more gray a little bit as she's getting frustrated. But anytime it starts to wrap itself around the tree, you see her hair starts to turn to more that greenish color, and she gets a little bit of a happier expression on her face. She's messing with something that Not quite sure what she's doing, but
Okay.
she'll do that for probably like an hour or so.
Ryan, did Montwood ever like get a fishing pole or anything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we bought
have-
one.
okay, you
We
actually
bought
have a
one, and
fishing
then
pole?
Montwood also bought one.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So we have two.
But only one hook.
No, I mean we
okay.
bought
They have
the tackle and all of
Okay,
that stuff
okay.
with it. He's just got that one weird wood hook.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Never mind then.
but we've totally got an extra one if you wanted to go fishing.
I think Rick's is just gonna like sit and probably watch Brielle and carve on a little piece of wood.
Cool. Gilly?
Gilly's just reading a book because she was told to study.
As
She
you
was
guys
told
are,
to train.
Train, study. If you're not gonna
She's
train
not paying
her in
attention to
the-
how you're training.
Right,
She's busy doing her own thing. I know.
right. That's why I'm saying she's sitting and reading because
Yeah.
that is her training in her world until Brielle teaches her the other things.
I mean, we've worked on those things prior to game start, but
Right. She's gonna sit and study.
you guys can each take a point of inspiration for your
cool. We haven't got
for
one
your
of those in a while.
downtime. I don't know, role playing.
Ryan,
As
did you say what Montwood was doing? We skip you.
did we?
no.
No, he hasn't said
Oh,
anything.
jeez, I'm sorry, Ryan.
It's fine.
I retract my point of inspiration. What's Montwood doing? No pressure though.
That was
No
just,
pressure.
all I was gonna say was Miss Gilly,
What?
your friend Brielle is a very, very intense individual.
Yeah. Some would say that. She has a reason, though. I mean, I get it.
And I so suppose you're willing to share that reason.
I mean, I'm not
Her business, her business.
right. I'm not really one who'll share others people's story. If you want to learn more about her story, you should probably ask her.
I mean, I
But-
would, but hands, things.
Oh, I mean, you can talk to her and I can translate.
Maybe I'll do that.
Awesome.
Not right now. She might shoot me.
She's busy. She's training. I'm training.
Looks like she's had something against that tree.
There's your point of inspiration. As you guys are doing your downtime fun or not so fun, EQ kind of goes off a little ways into the jungle, and I don't know.
Did she disappear from sight?
Yeah,
Okay.
technically.
I mean,
yeah.
Brielle's not gonna follow her. She knows what she's doing.
But she comes back probably 15, 20 minutes later. And when she does, she has in each of her hands a large, very fat, meaty beetle. And she has two of them.
Slimy but satisfying.
And she's going to say, oh, my friends, we have been blessed by Uteu, for we have been granted some very, very choice provisions. These are yacha beetles.
How do you cook them? What do
oh.
they taste like?
Oh, we don't. I mean, they are. I don't know. They're not bad if you roast them, but they have a very special property. If you eat from the meat of a yacha beetle, while you are afflicted with what the heck was that disease called? I just had it right in front of me. While you're afflicted with mad monkey fever, it helps cure the symptoms and deaden the disease.
Well,
I don't think I have bad monkey fever right now.
what are the chances of us getting that thing?
Of mad monkey fever?
Yeah.
The jungle is full of mad monkey mist.
What? Mist? I thought
Is she
monkeys were.
punking us right
animals.
now?
It's a mist monkey. It's terrifying. Could be anywhere.
I'm gonna roll
I
an
was-
insight.
I was picturing eating it like in Emperor's New Groove when they pop the pill
Yeah,
bugs.
yeah.
It's like bloop.
And then the little like bamboo thing.
Oh wow, that's I guess my lucky number for today. That'll be a 7.
I mean, she seems sincere.
Okay.
She'll tell you that the blue mad monkey mist, pockets of it spring up throughout the jungle, especially in the swampier areas, which we're going to be heading towards. So it may be wise to have a antidote to that on hand.
Oh, so I don't have to eat that right now.
Oh no! We're gonna put this in a pouch. These in a pouch, and they'll stay good for a couple days.
Whew. Okay. Great.
How big are they?
About the size of her fist.
Oh,
each.
okay. I was picturing them a little bit bigger than that. But okay. Yeah.
If you cook them, do they still work?
They need to be eaten raw and as fresh as possible.
Okay. Just because like when you cook meat, then it doesn't go bad as fast. So.
I understand.
Okay.
Your concern. The beetles, in too many days, they may not be good, but we don't know what's ahead of us.
Okay, sounds good.
I think so too.
Good.
Look at Mixer. Look at Gilly. Back at Mixer. Back at Gilly. Sounds delicious.
I'd eat it, but
There are worse things. They can satisfy. There are worse things. They can satisfy a hunger if necessary, but a better time than now, I'm sure.
Okay.
And she smiles.
Okay.
And like she has a satchel that she puts them in, and
Okay.
it's like her only bag of provisions.
So, but we're gonna eat other food today.
You have brought your own food.
Yes, I'm gonna open some rations.
All right, so nighttime is upon you. I'm assuming you're taking watches.
Yeah. How did we do it last time again? Because
I think we paired up.
was
A dark vision with a cleric.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then did Brielle do 2 watches? One of them with Iku and
Yeah,
one of them with.
she did the last 2.
Okay.
I think she did one with Gilly and one with Iku.
Okay.
Yeah, because we decided that we're gonna always pair up because if you need to alert people.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. That'll probably just be our standard watch every night then, until something changes.
Okay. Do we want Brielle to do the first 2 or the last 2?
Doesn't matter.
If it doesn't matter, it won't matter to her. She's gonna do whatever the group feels like is best.
Before I forget, as the night comes to a close, you guys start talking about watches and whatnot. Iku is going to point out that water has gotten very, very low throughout the course of the day.
Oh yeah, we talked about this last
Yeah,
session.
you guys are going to be kind of short on water
Yeah.
at the end of this particular day. And she'll encourage you to drink up what you have left. And then she's actually going to cast Create Food and Water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scoreboard.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much.
Which will produce. I used to have this memorized because I
Yeah,
had a
it does-
character that did this
It
spell a
does.
lot.
It does decent, too.
So she creates 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water on the ground or in containers. So I don't remember exactly how much container-wise you guys have.
We have two 5-gallon buckets.
Well, I know it's in your notes, which are
And
across
then,
the room.
which are across the room.
Yeah.
And then
So
we
we
have, each of us have a 1-gallon canteen plus our regular small canteen. And then we have the 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
And then we got
We also
another
have-
cask because on the canoe, in the
Oh,
abandoned camp,
we have
there
the
was an
empty
empty
one that
cask
might have had ale
and
in
one
it.
that smells like diluted tej.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys tested it, like it would have a slight tedge taste, but you realize they were storing water in it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we could also use that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
We
empty
could
that
use
out.
that as well.
Yeah. Empty that and put. If she's gonna create it,
Okay.
then.
So, for the sake of record keeping, we can do that after the episode's over with. I
Yeah,
think.
I'll grab the.
But she would be willing to cast that spell twice if necessary to
okay.
to top off your thirst for tonight, and then
I think one would fill what we've got.
Yeah.
But once I can grab my notes, I'll double check
Yeah.
everything, and then we'll confirm whether she uses two or not. But I mean, she'll get her spell slots back in the morning.
Yep,
anyway,
that's
so.
why at nighttime she's
Yeah.
willing to kind of do that.
That's amazing.
And then also the food she creates, as you guys probably know from last time Glory cast this spell.
Yeah.
It is bland but nourishing,
Mm-hmm.
and does not expire for 24 hours.
Rixer just eats so much of it.
So Rixer can just eat. It's boring. It's like filling up on saltines,
Oh well.
but
I like
Okay.
saltines.
you fill your belly with it.
Yeah.
Bria will take like some of her rations and mix in with it just to give it a little bit of flavor. You know how like if you have a bland peanut butter jelly sandwich, you put chips in the middle of it.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Do cooking utensils include spices? don't remember.
Not inherently.
I don't know.
Okay.
I would say as from the book, like you'll have a frying pan and a spatula or something, or a spoon, or some basic cooking
How
stuff.
many spike fruit do I have left?
That's a question I cannot answer.
Ooh, we have around either high teens to 20.
I have 17 left.
We
I'm
could
gonna-
flavor it with that.
Yeah.
That's a
There you
good
go.
idea.
Yeah, I will disperse 2 spike fruits to everybody unless somebody doesn't want any.
Yeah.
Gilly will get 3.
I mean, 45 pounds of food is a lot of food.
That's
so,
a lot of food, yeah.
So Gilly can have a whole bunch of saltines that
Oh, man.
slightly taste like spike fruit.
Oh man, I'm gonna squish it up to make jam, and I'm gonna make so many sandwiches. Oh,
That's the best answer ever.
so excited.
Would Iku take some spike fruit or no?
She would just partake a little bit of what food she created.
She wouldn't have. Okay.
Plus, like, she was munching on something when she came out of the jungle.
Okay.
She's not worried about food supplies.
Okay. Down to 9.
Well, it does grow somewhere in the jungle.
Ooh, gonna have to. So,
Rich doesn't know that, does he?
right. Potential in-game spoilers for anybody listening. By that
By the
point,
time
whatever.
this airs
Yeah.
or gets published, Endgame has been out for a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever it first opened up on Thanos, like in his like garden or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle goes like 28 spike fruit.
Yep.
I mean, the field is in the trailer, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh,
at least in
true.
the trailers.
Yeah, it's not.
Else
anything
he's on a
important,
farm. No.
but
No, it's not like
Still.
we No, I'm not
People
gonna
are-
spoil it.
People are fucking
Just kidding.
crazy about no spoilers right
Yeah.
now.
Well, they
The spoiler ban is raised today.
the creators
official
listed
one.
today.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they released
Yeah.
that Spider-Man trailer
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, the official
Yeah,
one
that
raised
makes
today.
sense.
Right, yep.
All right, so you guys spend all of your watches. Things are quiet. I'm not gonna roll anything and make you guys roll. I'm gonna tell you, everything is quiet. Dana?
By the end of Rixer's watch, can I have successfully carved a little, probably like 3-4 inch wooden triceratops? No, not triceratops.
Oh.
Sorry, Ankylosaurus. That is from Stomper. It's got little lines on it to kind of like represent the paint, the racing stripes.
Sure, you can have done that.
Yes.
Can
Okay.
have done that. Why not? It's fine.
Rammer.
All right. Morning comes, right, and you guys unpack your stuff.
Oh, but I really wanted to go home. Sorry.
But I'm not unpack your stuff. Repack your stuff. You get in your canoes, and as you're pushing off, it's really like nobody's gonna miss this. Like there's something very large floating slowly down the river.
Like, because we're going against the river,
Right. Yeah.
So
So
it's
it's flowing
coming up
towards us.
on us.
Coming up towards you. Yeah. I
How
mean, not like
far-
towards. It's actually like kind of floating more or less in the center of the river.
Okay, how far away is it?
20 feet out into the river,
Okay.
or from the shore rather to the river.
It's large.
It looks to be easily 8 feet around. Sort of circular, not like a perfect circle by any means, but circular-ish with some angles kind of like jutting out.
What did my elven eyes see? That's not bad. 16.
Rick's just gonna yell real quick. Everybody, heads up.
As everyone's eye clearly looking at it.
I'm just
No, it's
saying,
good, it's great, it's great.
Like gonna get out like my axe and my shield. Well, I guess my shields are on my arm, but
I don't know if... No, Brielle probably would have seen something like this before in her life. It looks like an enormous chunk of ice floating slowly down the river.
Brielle will reach over and she'll tap Gilly and she'll go, "It looks like ice."
What?
And her face is thoroughly confused. Like,
And it's like hot outside.
I'd have to look at my weather for the day, but it's,
I mean,
it's
typically
always hot.
it's too hot for ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, by this time in the morning, it's already pushing 80. So
Yeah. Sign back in the jungle? Question mark?
Yeah, she's shrugs and says, huh? And she'll point to Iku,
Yeah.
ask Iku about that.
Iku, why would there be ice in the jungle river?
Iku is just frozen staring at that riverbank. Like, you can tell from her body language, like, up until now, she's just kind of shrugs everything off. She's seen it before, been
Right.
there, done that. Like, this is her home. She knows the place inside
Yeah.
and out. She isn't moving and she's staring. And when you guys say something to her, she just I don't know. I have never seen so much ice in one place in my life.
We haven't pushed the boats in, right? We're like
No,
getting
you're
ready to push the boats.
you're putting your packs in, putting your stuff in.
Brielle's gonna make a few signs, like gesturing, like get back, grab the boats, pull them back, get back,
like
Get back
pull-
from the river, get back!
So pull the boats
Pull
up
the
more
boats.
on. Okay.
get back.
Rixer will help get the canoes up,
Mm-hmm.
but then he's gonna go and find a really big stick, or like a really long branch I can just break off.
I was gonna see if I
And
can
I'm
reel
gonna-
it in.
I'm gonna stand by the bank and try to poke it.
I mean,
Brielle's gonna, as you're running towards it, Brielle's gonna start doing stop
Stop,
signs.
stop! No, don't poke it.
But we don't know what it is. What if it's not
She
ice?
she says exactly, and then she makes signs towards you. Says basically, don't poke it.
Don't poke it. If we don't know what it is, don't poke it.
Okay. Rixer will go back, stand with everybody else, but he's still holding the stick.
so yeah, you guys pull back and pull the boats out of the water, and the river again moves very, very slowly. So
Right.
it takes some time
She's eyeing that ice.
for this ice to go completely across where you're at, and about, I don't know, you watch it for 10-15 minutes. It makes a decent enough distance.
Investigate it.
I want to investigate too, but I don't want to die.
Further
Just in case
upstream,
it's something.
you see a handful more, not as big, but smaller, but still 3-4 feet across in some cases. Several more chunks of ice slowly drifting.
But what if we took a javelin and we tied some of this rope on it, and then I'll throw it at it, and we can pull it up and we can look at it.
Brielle will sign, good idea, but do one of the smaller ones.
Okay, let's do one of the smaller ones.
Yes. Oh no! It might have something in it.
Oh my.
There could be a monster in it.
There could be. That'd be great.
Hey, Mont, would you want to help me with this?
Sorry, Brielle's very
Kindness.
cautious.
It's not.
I know we want to do things and we want to fight things, but also at the same time, we don't want to die.
I know what this is. I'm sparking thunder.
Oh.
Where is the ice? Ice! Ice in the jungle.
Upstream.
Yes.
Jungle ice.
So
That sounds delicious. I'm gonna make a drink called Jungle Ice.
I'm going to like put some notches, like pretty like thick notches at the end of the javelin, like towards the end of the javelin, to kind of like really get the rope on there, so it doesn't slip off from the end of it.
I gotcha.
And I'm gonna get. You said they're floating kind of like in the middle. They're not like super close to the bank.
The first
or?
one was pretty close to the middle. These next ones are kind of like scattered throughout. Like there's only about four of them.
Okay.
And they're just at various distances.
Okay. So.
Well, no, I'm sorry. If I make this like true to what actually is going on, they would be closer to your side of the.
Okay.
Your bank.
Okay. So I'll get to the edge of the bank. I'm not gonna go in the water though, if they're gonna be close enough. And I'm gonna throw the javelin at the closest one. I don't know what the attack bonus is on that though.
I'm sure you're proficient. So
Yeah,
your proficiency plus strength.
You got fighter
Okay.
proficiency, so it's attack for you.
Yeah, just a regular attack.
Oh, this is gonna be at 25.
You land it. What is the die on that? Damage die on that?
A D6.
Roll a d6, dude. Add your strength.
Oh, it's gonna be 8 points of damage.
You hit it dead on, and it sinks in deep enough, and it's kind of lodged. You can feel like you can reel it in.
Okay. I'm guessing that because like there's just a lot of trees in general in this area, right? So I'm gonna like go around a tree so that like the ropes around it, and then start pulling it in.
Brielle's gonna help.
Okay, kind of using the tree to like help.
Yeah,
Pull
you
against it.
you definitely. Once you got a little bit of the leverage there, you can pull it in.
Okay, I don't
Especially
need to
with
make
Bree-
an athletics or anything.
With Brielle helping you, no, you've got this.
Cool.
As you get it like up to the shore, like it's no longer floating, so it gets a heck of a lot heavier.
Right.
But
Right.
while it's on the water, you can bring it in no problem.
Okay. So once it comes up on the bank, what is it looking like?
A big chunk of frozen water.
Okay.
Is there anything in it?
Yeah.
There's a javelin in it.
But what was under the water? Is there anything frozen inside of that?
No, we're not talking an iceberg here with a whole bunch
Right.
of like underwater depth to it. Like it's probably about 4 inches thick.
Okay.
Your javelin like pierced pretty much almost all the way through it.
Okay. Take the javelin out and kind of like break off a little chunk, and I'm gonna take my towel. I'm gonna put it in my towel, and I'm gonna put it on my head and tie it around.
It is so cool and so refreshing.
This is so you guys need to
Brielle
do
lays
this.
on it,
Yeah.
and she's like rubbing her neck where her hair sits all over it. She's like, "Oh."
Gilly just like plants her face up against it, so like the side of her face is
Now we
against
die.
ice.
Yeah.
Constitution save.
Oh, this feels so nice.
Lawward, you should come over here.
Fools, it's a frozen ooze. What are you doing?
It's keeping me cool.
You just get your notebook out.
As you guys are enjoying this cool, refreshing ice experience, Iku is very interested in it. She puts her hand on it, and she's just like looking at the other ones as they float by, and you guys see a couple more. None as big as the first one, but you see several more start to just also float down the river.
Mhm.
And
The water's pretty clear, right?
no, it's actually pretty murky.
It's murky. Okay.
So like, this is ice. This is like, it looks like dirty ice.
I was just-
like,
I was
it's not
just-
like perfectly
Right.
clean and crisp and clear.
Right.
Like it's this water that was frozen. Like it's kind of the same color, but
It's still cold.
It's-
That's what matters.
it's ice cold. It's frozen.
Lay on the top where it's not all dirty.
Iku's. This is not natural. I don't know what this is, but this does not belong here. And as you are kind of lounging and getting cool, and she's a little bit concerned, you hear a crack of thunder in the sky.
Oh.
What?
And we're gonna leave it here. perfect sound effect, Matt.
You're welcome.
Very good, very good. All right, so things are weird. Things are strange. There's thunder in the sky. There's ice in the river. One of those is probably natural for a jungle, right?
Yeah.
So if you listeners out there in listening land like the things that we do, you can find us on various types of social media. You can find us on Instagram by looking up Monday Night TPK. Check out Twitter and Facebook, all at the same username. In theory, maybe someday we'll put fun stuff on the YouTubes. Channel name there is going to be Above the Table Games. You guys have anything?
No, that's all.
Send us your recipe for jungle ice.
Yes.
There you go. Sam has made a request. Make it happen. Thank you, as always, for joining us at our table, and have a good night.
The journey is worth it.